Hey everyone, it's been a while I haven't posted a video. Today I'm going to tell you about 5 problems that might make your Honda Civic, the steering wheel shake. The number one reason most of the time is the loose tie rod end right here. You see, it's wobbling. I'm using my hand. The boot is all destroyed because I use they call it the fork, in order to separate it from the suspension assembly, the shock assembly right here. But as you can see, it's shaking and it's wobbling right here, and it's wobbling because your whole steering, you see here, is resting on the suspension itself in order to control going left or right. But if this wobbles, if this wobbles, then I mean the whole shock assembly it's gonna wobble as well. So that's why you're experiencing steering wheel shake. Another problem I noticed on this Honda Civic is because it's a McPherson design, the whole assembly is completely rested on one ball joint alone, and then you have the control arm right here. So as if this gets worn out, the ball joint itself is going to wobble as well, and you're going to feel that if you put back the wheel and you shake it, you're going to see it's going to go back and forth no matter what direction you're going, because the ball joint is completely worn out. So that's another problem that you may experience if your steering wheel is shaking on the Honda Civic. The third reason why your steering wheel is shaking, it's because sometimes the brake pads are sticking onto the rotors. So make sure your rotors are shining like this, so it means it's braking properly. But maybe sometimes you're gonna have very rusted rotors, and that is gonna create edges for the brake pads, and you might experience steering wheel wobble or steering wheel shake because of that. Because the front, it depends a lot on, just a little bit of vibration can create a lot of vibration for the steering wheel, because as you can see, it's just one thing that goes into your it's connecting to the steering compared to the German cars. So that's another thing I would check. And then I would check if the wheels are properly, are not crooked, because sometimes because of the potholes, your wheels, and you don't even know, you might have hit very hard on a pothole, and yeah, it drives fine, but after a while you realize, hey, the steering wheel is shaking. Another good thing to check is the tire pressures. Always make sure the tire pressures are about 31, 32. I usually put 32 because I like it slightly harder. It gets slightly better fuel economy because of less resistance for the tires on the road. And lastly, I would check the bearing if it's okay on this car. Put back the wheel, put back two bolts at least, tighten them, and then from 12 to 6 o'clock wobble it, try to shake it. If it shakes, then you shake the 9 o'clock with the 3 o'clock. And if the horizontal, if the vertical and the horizontal is shaking, it means the bearing is bad. That's another way to find out if your bearing is bad. Sometimes it doesn't make any noises, so you don't have the right signal. And if that is wobbling, of course your whole wheel is going to wobble, right? Alright, so that was a quick video about the Honda Civic, about the shaking steering wheel. This also applies on other Hondas, such as TS6, Honda Accord, Honda Civic, Honda Odyssey. A lot of them have the very similar shock assembly design, front design. Of course, some of them, like the Acura TL, has a slightly different design because they wanted to make it more comfort. I hope it helped someone. If you have a question, just leave a comment below. Please don't forget to subscribe. Maybe it's gonna help you eventually one day. Have a great day, guys.